Hi guys, good evening everyone. Welcome back to Code Reboot Academy. Today we are going to see the remaining topic in the module 5, that is mathematical reasoning. Yesterday we are seeing the number series. Today we are going to see the alphabetical series and the methods. And next we are going to see coding. So just have a glance. Come, let's go and start our session. So in the mathematical reasoning, we know that we have 6 topics. We have already completed the first topic. So today we are going to see next we are going to see work and time and work. Here we have the question. So it took 40 days to build 10 buildings. How long will it take to build 50 buildings? So we have to find the time taken for building a 15 buildings. So here we have the work. So work done equal to for building. So work done in first case is 10 buildings. So work done we have to done in the second case is 50 buildings. So what we have to find is the time taken for building 10 buildings is 40 days. So we have to find the time for building 50 buildings. So here we have the formula W. So the work done on first case by work done on second case is equal to time taken in the first case by time taken in the second case. So we have to substitute the values. So time taken in the first case is 10 by 50 is equal to time taken in the first case is 40 days. So we have to find the time for the second case. So we have to cross multiply the values, that is T2 equal to 40 into 50 by 10. So T2 equal to 40 into 50 is 2000 divided by 10. So here we have the value for time to complete the second task is 200 days. Okay. So while you are calculating the values, first it's very easy and simple while you are doing the mathematical calculations. So your answer will be embedded in the question. The only thing you have to be careful is you should read out the questions once or twice. Then only you can able to get an idea. So here we have the problem that it took 40 days to complete 10 buildings. So it takes 40 days for you to complete a building. So we have to find to complete 50 buildings, how many days do you need to complete with the same set of employees. So here it is given that for case 1 it is 10 buildings, for case 2 it is 50 buildings, for time taken as for first case is 40 days. So we have to substitute in the formula, that is case 1 by case 2 equal to time taken in the case 2 by case 1 by case 2. So here it is 50 by 10 by 50 is equal to 40 by time taken in the second case. So T2 we have to cross multiply it and we got the answer is 200 days. So we'll move on for the second question in the same time and work. Here's the question. 40 men are required. So we need 40 people to complete 20 buildings. How many men are required to build 50 buildings in the same time? So in the previous question we have the same set of employees, but we have to find the time, how long it takes to complete the building. But in this case we have employees and building schedule. We have to find how many employees we needed to complete 50 buildings. So here, so R1 equal to 40. So number of people required in the first is 40. So we have to find how many people required, men required. Okay. In the second project for constructing 50 buildings, we have to find how many men required. Here we have the work. So W1 is equal to 20 buildings we are going to construct. W2 equal to 50 buildings we are going to construct. So we have to substitute in the formula, that is 20 by 50, 20 by 50 is equal to R1 as 40 by R2. So this is the formula. So we have to, as I said earlier, we have to cross multiply it. So R2 equal to 50 into 40, then divided by 20. So we have our solution, that is, here we have the solution, that is R2 equal to 22,000 by 20. So R2 equal to 100. So we need 100 employees to complete our project. So in the previous question, we have the same set of employees, but we have to calculate the days. In this question, we have to calculate the number of minutes for completing our work. So we have the value of minutes, that is R1, it is 40 min, and then in the R2 we have to find, and the total number of cases we have to, in the first case is 20 buildings, and the second case we have 50 buildings. So we have to find the people, number of people required to complete our work. So on the next question, here, if 20 men can do 40 days, how many men are required to do the same work in 10 days? So we have to find the number of men, but here we have the total number of days. So that is time period they have given. So we have to use the same formula. Instead of weight, we are using time. So T1 equal to 40 days. So T2 equal to 10 days. Then they are given the number of men, that is R1 equal to 20 men, and we have to find the number of men for the second work. So we have to find R2. Okay. So we have to substitute in the formula, that is 40 divided by 10 equal to 20 divided by R2. As I said earlier, we had to cross multiply it, that is R2 equal to 80 that is 40 into 20 divided by 10. So R2 equal to 800 divided by 10. So R2 equal to 80. So we need 80 men to complete the work in 10 days. Okay. Shall we go for the next problem? So for the next problem, instead of work cases, we are mentioning the time. So the next problem, go for the next problem. If 10 men can cut 40 trees in 4 days, how many trees can be cut by 40 men in 6 days? So here they have given R values. Here they are given R values, that is R1 equal to number of men in the first case is 10. So R2, it is 6 people. Then 40 people. Then time they are given, time 1 is 4 days, and the time 2 we have to find out how long it takes. So we have to find the time. Then they have given work. So first case, so W1, they have cut 40 trees. So we have to find W2 also. So we have to find W2. Time 1. So it is T1, it is 4 days. So they have mentioned it 6 days. It is mentioned as 6 days. So what we have to find? We have to find the case. So here is the formula, that is W1 is 40 divided by W2 equal to R1, that is 10 into 4 divided by R2. We have R2, that is 40 into 6. Okay. So we have to calculate, that is 40 divided by W2 equal to, so 40 divided by 240. So 40 divided by W2 equal to 1 by 8. One by 8. That is 1 by 6. So W2, we have to cross multiply it. So W2 equal to 40 into 6 divided by 1. So W2 equal to 240 trees. So they can able to cut 240 trees. Okay. So they have given everything. We have to find the case, how many work they can able to do and how many buildings or the trees they can able to cut. So here we have the values. So this is the formula. So we go with the next. We are going with the two peoples working with the same atmosphere. Here we have the question that A can complete work in 40 days. B can complete the work in 60 days. How long will it take to complete the work if they work together? So A has a capacity of completing the work in 40 days and B has a capacity of completing his work in 60 days. So if they work together, we have to find how long they will take to complete. So time, we have to find the time taken by both. So time taken by both is equal to equal to 40 into 60 divided by 40 plus 60. So we have the formula, that is A into B by A plus B. So time taken equal to 40 into 60 is 240 divided by 100. So we get 24 days. If they work together, they'll complete the work in 24 days. Okay. So if we have two persons, we have to complete how many days they both combine and complete the work. We have to use the formula A into B by A plus B. Okay. Shall we go for the next sum? So here we have three people. So what we written the same thing we are going to do in this here also. Here we can assume it as A equal to 40 days, B equal to 50 days, C equal to 60 days. So here we have the formula, time taken equal to, as I said earlier, as I said earlier, we have the formula A into B into C by AB plus BC plus AC is equal to 1,20,000 divided by 7,400 is equal to 60.21 days. Okay, we'll go for the next sum, that is work done. A can do a piece of work in 40 days. What is the fraction of work done by him in 25 days? So we have to find, here he can able to do in 40 days a piece of work. So we have to find in 25 days how he can do. So here how he can do is by the formula we have to find per day. We have to find for per day how many work can A do per day. A is equals to 1 by 40. Okay, so then number of days for which A worked. So how many days he has to work, we have to find. So he has work done for 25 days. So it is 25. So work done equal to 1 by 40 into 25. Okay, that is 25 by 40 equal to 5 by 8. Okay, so they have given A can do a piece of work in 40 days. So 40 days he can do a complete work. So what is the fraction of work done by him in 25 days? So if he did for 25 days, how many work he will complete? So here is the formula. 1 by work done for a piece of work done in 40 days by into 1 by 40 into 25 is equal to 25 by 40. So work done has been calculated. So we'll going for the more for the next sum, remaining work done. Okay, here is the question. A can do a work in 30 days, B in 20 days. So two people are working. A work for 9 days and the remaining work is done by P. So what is the fraction? So A did half work and B has completed the remaining work. So we have to find the remaining work. Okay, so remaining of B equal to, so we have to find the remaining work done by B. So remaining work of B equal to 1 minus work done by A. So work done by A. So work done by A equal to, so we have to find work done by A. So that is 1 by 30 into 9 equal to 3 by 10. Okay, so we have to find the remaining work done by B. So remaining of B equal to 1 minus 3 by 10. So it is, we have to take the common LCM for the values. So 10 minus 3 divided by 10 equal to 7 by 3, 7 by 10. Okay, So we'll move for the next sum because we don't have time to complete. So we are rushing out. So next, time taken to do the remaining work. A can do a work in 30 days, B in 40 days, A work for 9 days and the remaining days work done by B. What is the total number of work to complete the number of days to complete the work? Okay. So here they have given time. We have to find the time taken. Find time taken to complete. Here we have to find the time taken to complete. So they are given remaining work. Okay, remaining work into time to finish. We have to calculate the remaining work and time to finish the work. So remaining work into time to finish the work. Okay. So here work done by A. So work done by A equal to, we have to do the same way, that is 1 by 30 into 9 equal to 3 by 10. So remaining work is done by B. So remaining work by B equal to 1 minus 3 by 10. So this is 7 by 10. What we have to find? We have to find the time taken by B to complete the remaining work. We have to find the time taken by B to complete the work. Complete the work equal to 7 by 10 into 40 equal to 28 days. So we have to find the total time taken by both. So total time equal to, so A worked for 9 days. So he has work only for 9 days. So remaining 28 days work has been done by B. So we have to add that too for calculating the total days. So total days is 37 days. Okay. So we'll move for the next problem. Here they have given work done by A and work done by B. So we have to find the remaining work done by B and the days, how many days it takes to complete the work, and we also have to find the total time taken by both A and B. So we have found out that is 37 days. We are moving for the next problem, that is here they are given the salary ratio of resource working together. So if both the people are working together, we have to find the salary ratio. So here they are given they both work and get a combined salary of 3000. So salary they are given, it is salary of A equal to salary A, and they are getting as a combined salary. So I am writing like this. So salary B equal to So salary B equal to SB. So salary B equal to SB. We have to calculate. A can do 20 days and B can do the same work in 40 days. So A equal to 20, then B equal to 40. So we have to find the ratio of their salary. So SA is to SB equal to 40 is to 20 is equal to 2 is to 1. So we have to find what is the salary of A. So we have to find the salary of A. So SA equal to 2 divided by, so 2 into 1, what we found out in the ratio, it is 2 into 1 into this total salary what they are getting is equals to 2000. So salary of A is 2000. So next we are moving for the next problem, pipes problem. Here we have the first problem, that is pipe A can fill a tank in 4 hours and pipe B can empty the tank in 5 hours. So if both the pipes are open together, how long will it take to fill a complete tank? So if you want to fill both the tank, how long it takes? They are asking how long it takes for completing the tank. So pipe A is equal to 4 hours. They are given pipe A is equal to 4 hours. For pipe B it is 5 hours. So substituting the value in the above equations. So we have the equation over there. We have to find the time taken. So time taken equal to, as I said earlier, 4 into 5. So A into B divided by A plus B. Okay. So here is the formula. Our answer will be 20 divided by minus, sorry, we have a minus in the question. So minus 4 plus B is 20 by 1. So A divided B minus, so A into B divided by minus 4 plus 5 is equal to 1. So we have the answer 20. So it takes 20 hours to fill the tank. So we'll move for the next sum. Here is the next sum. Pipe A and B can fill a tank in 10 hours. So two pipes can fill the tank in 10 hours and 12 hours. Pipe C can empty a tank in 20 hours. If all the pipes are open, how long will it take? So we have 3 pipes. So we have to find how long it takes. So A equal to 10 hours. Then B. So B equal to 12 hours. Then C equal to 20 hours. So we have to find the values equal to. So we have the formula, that is A into B into C divided by minus A into B, then plus We have the minus, so we are having it minus into B into C plus A into C. So we have to find the value, that is, so A is 10 into 12 into 20 divided by minus 120 plus 240 plus 200 equal to, so we have calculated it, it is 2400 divided by 420 equal to 7 5 hours. 0.5 hours. Okay, shall we go for the next problem? So here we have the next problem, that is simple interest. So we have at least maybe or may not, we have one question from this. A man invested rupees 10,000 at 4% per annum simple interest. So what is the interest he will get at the end of? So we have to calculate at the end of the 3 years what will be the interest gained by him. So here we have to calculate. So here we have to calculate the simple amount what he get after 3 years. So we are using the formula. So they have given principal amount equal to 10,000. So second they have given number of years equal to 3. Then interest rate equal to 4%. So what we have to calculate is, we have to find the interest, simple interest for 3 years after what he'll get. Okay, simple interest SA equal to PNR by 100. So here we have the solution, that is SA equal to, what is the value of P, that is 10,000 into, what is the value of P and NR. So it is 4P, N it is 3 into R, you have to calculate into years, into R by 100. So the SA value equal to 1200. So we have to divide it and you have to find the answer, that is 1200. So we have to know the amount what he gets. So second is, what is the total amount earned in 3 years. So you have to find the total amount in 3 years. So amount equal to, 10,000 plus 1200. So this is the interest amount what he gets. So the total amount will be 11,200. Okay. So they have given the principal amount, interest and number of years. So we have to calculate PNR by 100. So the simple interest for 3 years is 1200. So total amount will be the interest amount plus total amount. Okay. Shall we go for the next sum? So here we have the next sum, that is, what is the compound interest? We have to calculate compound interest, that is CI. So CI equal to, they are given the values for the compound interest obtained for 16,000 rupees at 2% annum for 3 years. So you have to calculate the compound interest. So the amount at the end of first year. So first we have to calculate year by year. For 3 years we have to calculate it. So the amount he gets for first year. So compound interest is we have to calculate year by year. So amount for first year equal to, we have the formula. So 102, so 100, so 2%, so we are calculating it as 102 by 100. The formula is 100 plus R. So 100 plus R is the percentage of rate. So we have 2%. So 100 plus 2 is 102 by 100 into 16,000. So for the first year he get the amount of 16,320. So for the second year he gets 102 by 100 into 16,320 equal to 16,646.4. So we have to calculate for the third year also. The third year equal to 102 by 100 into the amount what he gained in the second year. We have to calculate with this. So 16,646.4 equal to, he gets amount of 16,979.328. Okay, so we have to calculate the interest obtained at the end of 3 years. For calculating the interest, only the interest amount what he gets. So compound interest equal to, we have to calculate only the interest amount. So what we have to do, we have to subtract the total amount he gained for the 3 years minus the initial amount what he has invested is equal to 979.328. So this is the interest amount he got for the 3 years. Okay, shall we go for the next sum? So our next sum will be based on trigonometry and the angle of interest. So here we have the first sum. So we have to be careful with the formulas for square root of 3. For the value, you should know the value of square root 3. 1 by square root 3. For square root 3, it is 1.753. Okay. So we are going to calculate the sum. So here we have the problem. So tan, it is in the 60 degree. So our angle will be tan theta equal to opposite by adjacent. So it is 60 degree. We should calculate for the angle this Jack Sparrow. So it is opposite by adjacent. So tan theta is equal to, so tan is equals to opposite by adjacent. So what is the value of opposite? It is 100 by x equal to, we have the tan theta value as square root of 3. Okay, equal to 100 divided by x. So we should know the value of square root of 3, that is 1.753 is equal to 100 divided by x. So we should cross multiply it by the values. So x equal to 100 divided by 1.753. So value of x equal to 57.7 meters. Okay. Then we are going for the next sum, that is we have to find the angle. So we have to find the distance between him and the base of the tower. So a man looks at the top of the tower with 400 meters height. The minimum distance between him and the top of the tower is 500 meters. So it is hypothesis. So we have to use the formula hypothesis square opposite square plus adjacent square. Here we have hypothesis as 500 into 500 equal to 400 into 400 plus x square. So here is the value for x square, that is x square equal to 1600. So 1,60,000 minus 255 25,000. So x square equal to 90,000. So the value of x will be 300 meters. Okay, shall we go for the next one? So here we have our next problem, that is based on mean values. So find the nth term of an arithmetic progression. So we have the maximum questions like this. So what is the 100th term of the series? We have to find the 100th term of the series. So here we have the answer for the first question. So they have given starting of the series equal to 2. So a equal to 2. Then here they are given 5 decimal numbers. So d equal to 5. Then you have to find value of 100th term. So n equal to 100. So we have to use the formula, that is Tn. So we have the formula of Tn equal to a, the value of a is 2 plus value of n is 100 minus 1, and the number of given is d equal to 5. So it is equal to, so 2 plus 99 into 5, that is 497. Okay, so here the 100th term will be 497. So we got the answer, that is Tn equal to 497. She'll go for the next sum. So in second sum is we have a initial term is 501. Then we have the different terms in 5. The difference is the difference between these two number, that is 555. So here the difference is 501 minus 497. So 501 minus 497. So the distance is minus 4. Then we have to see the n value. So we have to find for n equal to 100. So we have to substitute in the formula. So Tn equal to 2 plus, sorry, 501 plus so 501 plus 100 minus 1 into minus 4. So this is the value we have to find. It's minus 4. So we'll get 501 plus 99 into minus 4. Here we get the answer. Tn equal to 105. Okay. So here they have given the initial term, that is 2, or in the second 501 we have to find the difference between the two elements, that is difference is, find the first sum it is 5 between the two decimal numbers, the second it is in the decreasing order minus 4. So we have to find till n. So this is the formula a plus n minus 1 into t. So we'll move on to the next sum, and next sum will be, so we have to find the last term of the series. They never mentioned the which term they have. We have to find the last term of the series. So here we have the example. So as usual we have to find the value of a, n and l. So we have to find the last term, find the number of terms in the series. We have to find the number of terms. They are given the last term also. We have to find the number of terms. So last term here is, for the first sum we are calculating 382 minus the value of a, first initial term is 2, divided by, so the distance between the two terms is 5, plus 1. So here we have the answer. N equal to, total number of terms is 77. So we have the next problem. The same way is the answer for the first one, and we have the answer for the second one. As I said earlier, it is 200 and last term is 201 minus the value of first term is 501. So divided by, we have the distance of 5 plus 1. Okay. So our value will be, 76. We have to substitute and calculate the value. Our value will be 76. So we'll move for the next sum. That is, we have to find the number of series. Okay. In the first sum, we have to find the 100th term. We have to find a nth term of the series. In the second sum, we have to find the total number of terms in the series. The third problem, we have to find the sum of the series. So what is the sum value of the series? So we have to substitute as it is in the formula. So sum of the series, our formula will be a value is 2 plus 1 into n by 2. So we have the n value. So n value will be 497 by 2 into 497 by 2. So we have to take the LCM and cross multiplication for the problem. So we have the values, that is sum equal to 24950. Okay, accordingly you can calculate the second sum also. We have our next sum, that is 50th sum. Find the nth term of the geometric progression. We have to find the nth term of the geometric progression. Geometric is something what we called as we are finding the square values. So here we have the number. The eighth term of the series is 3, 6, 12. We have to find the eighth term in the series. So we have the numbers, that is we have given the value. So n is equal to 8. Then we have the value of a. So value of a is the first term. So value of a equal to 3. Then r. So r is the common ratio between the successive numbers. So we have to find the ratios between the successive number. That is, we have the number here 6 by 3. So here the common ratio will be 2. So we have to use it in the formula. That is Tn equal to 3 of 128. We have to calculate. So AR value. Then sorry, I have skipped this step. So I'll tell you step by step. You don't get confused. So 3 into R value is 2. So you have to substitute in the value 8 minus 1. So it is 3 into, so 8 minus 1 is 7. So we have to find the value of 7, 2 power 7. 2 power 7 is 128. So 2 power 7 is 128. So we got the value, that is 384. Okay. So this is geometric progression. Here we have to find the eighth term in the series. We have given the a value, n value, and we have to find the radius by dividing the first and the next term. So you have to substitute in the value. Here we got the value. We'll move for the next sum. So sum of the nth term of the series. We have to find the nth term of the series. Here we have the formula, that is Sn equal to a r power n minus 1 by r minus 1. So we know that a value is the initial value. So we directly going to substitute in the value. So 3 into, we know that r value is dividing of the first and the successive number. So it is 2 power n. So here we have the n value as 10. So it's 10 power, it's 10. You have to find the power of 10. So I'll mention it as power. Then you'll get confused. So power of 2 power 10. So we have the term as 10 minus 1 divided by r is 2. 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1. So here we have the values. So 2 power 10. So it's 2 into 2 into 2. You have to find the value. So you just calculate 2 power 10 is 2 into 2 into 2. So the value of 2 power 10 is 3 into 1024. Okay. Minus 1 divided by so we have to divide the value. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the next step will be 3 into 1024. So 3 into 1024 is equal to 3072 minus 1. So our answer will be 3071. Okay. So we have find the term. Our answer will be 3071. Okay. Shall we move for the next term? So our next term will be our next term. We'll go for the next term. Our next term will be we have to find the finite series where the question is find the sum of 600, 300 and 150 up to 6 terms. We have to find up to 6 terms. So as I said earlier, we have to substitute in the formula. We have the formula that is A is first number, so that is 600 of 1 minus 1 by 2 power of 6 power of 6 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2. So we have to calculate it and our answer will be 1.81.25. So 1181.28. So these kind of sums you won't get in the net set. But I'm telling you, if you are going to attempt for your competitive exam, it is easier for you